Hello and welcome. Welcome to the TV room. I am continuing with the decluttering project here. And, well, I haven't accomplished a whole, well, I've done some. But I have determined that, in fact, I will absolutely positively find a place, and I think I know where it'll be, to have chargers and things and such, and cubes and extra cords and stuff so that it doesn't, like, it's just a matter of having, oh, I know that old expression, a place for everything and everything in its place. Well, it's a beautiful thought, but I am striving to get there. So I will find a place, and I think I know where it will be. I have to move some other things, of course, and have things there and ready, so I know where they are. It was also suggested that I have certain chargers and things in certain places where, like, one size does not fit all. And that means, of course, like in the TV room here, I will have a charger so I can keep my phones charged. And in the car, I will have a charger so I can charge things there. And I will have the appropriate cables, and typically that just means for my phone. And actually, in the car, there are two outlets, one near the front, one near the back. And what I typically try to do is have anything like a phone charging in the back so it's not anywhere near me, so I'm not tempted if it should make a noise, which typically they don't make a noise if you're driving, um, to check on or do anything with. So anyway, yes, it is perfectly acceptable to have chargers where you need them, but for other things like with oh speakers and for the microphones that I use on here, which I think I can see the little green light shining through my beard right here, and other things, having them in one location so I know where they are. I don't have to look for them. I never have to search for them. I just know they're there. And they don't have to be charging all the time because that's not good for them either. But just, charge them, have them there, charge them, have them there. Be ready, be prepared, and just know. It's kind of like with my keys and wallet. I have one spot that I put them when I bring them home so I don't have to go searching. Because as much as some people think it's so cute to say, oh, I can't find my keys, I can't find my bank card, or other such things, it's not. It really isn't. It's just a waste of time. And I see it as more, especially when it's somebody who inflicts the situation on you, it's more of an attention grabber. Oh, dear me, I'm so helpless. What'll I do? So I typically do have places. But I find it's funny, I'm really careful. Like, I have this talk about checklists. I have them in my head when I get out of the car. And typically, do I have both phones? Yes. Do I have the keys? Yes. Do I have my wallet? Yes. Da, 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 da. But the other day, when I was kind of in a rush and also kind of distracted because of other things that have been going on with, well, this, I've got an infection in my leg, but we're dealing with it, and also other issues. Um, I, like, keys make sure that the car keeps beeping. It says, hey, your keys are in there. But I guess in the midst of all that, I pulled them out a little bit and then got distracted, reached for something else, was doing something else. I don't know what it was. Left the keys in the ignition, locked the car, walked away. Oh, that's a horrible feeling. Anyway, I thought that perhaps I had put a spare key in my wallet that was actually with me, but I've never really had to access this because, of course, I've not done this. But on this day, when I was rushed and distracted and and such, and I locked the keys in the car. Oh, anyway, I was so thankful to find out that yes, I had another key there. So I did. It was for a medical thing. I did rush in and said, "Yo, we're here, we're here, we're here." But I had to go back and check, and sure enough, the keys were there. I used my other key to get in, and everything was fine. But those are the situations that I don't want to have to do all the time. So I will clear the spot, and I will have things there. And and I'll just know that they're there. Now, the other things I have to do is I still have more stuff on here to, well, not so much, but see, right now I have two pets here. And because I got kind of befuddled on them, now I have to kind of look again and see, okay, what have I done? What's happening? And kind of reawaken myself. And I suppose I'll probably go back and look at some of the videos I posted when I made the foolish, silly, stupid error of putting a bad capacitor in a good machine. What a brilliant thought. So I have to go through that. Oh, here's something I have many of, because Andrew likes things, and the way to get them is sometimes to get these things called Apple cards. There, look, it's an Apple card. Ooh. And these are stickers. And I like stickers. But I'm not particularly fond of Apple stickers, but I figure if I'm going to get these things, then I'm going to keep them around and do something with them at some point. And what does that mean? I don't know. But I will keep them around. They don't take up much space. I don't think I'm going to put them on anything curved. I haven't really tried. I think I put one on my phone once. It didn't last long. And I'm certainly not going to put them on a pet. No. No. By the way, long ago, years ago, when things were brand new, there was the opportunity and the chance and the ponderings that Commodore might buy Apple. This was long ago when they were both still, fairly fledgling companies, and my, how that would have changed the world. But, it didn't happen. Anyway, I will put these aside. And right here, I do have soldering things. I do. I even found some Apple cards that I have not used yet, so I should do that. Anyway, in the midst of all this reorganization stuff, I will revive my knowledge of these two machines. There's another machine under me here. There's other stuff here. I've got lots to go through. I've just got to go through it. But in dealing with this wound and this infection and stuff, it makes me very tired. Some of the medications do. So I haven't done a whole bunch lately. But I need to get back into it. I need momentum. And now that the world of Commodore is coming, this will perhaps give me some momentum to get back in the game and enjoy. Like I have, at the same time that Rudy got his Super Pet, which he was so thankful it was broken until it took so long to get sorted out, I did get an old Commodore printer. And it does seem to be quite dead. I really haven't done anything with it, but I really should have it up here. And also, I've got a couple of 1571s that a guy handed off to me before last year's World of Commodore, and then I just got so tied up in everything. I really need to get them up here and get this table cleared so I can do the stuff that I need to do and keep the table clear, keep it moving, keep the momentum going. But so far, well, I've made progress because I have gotten rid of a bunch of stuff, and I have more than a concept of a plan, if that means anything to any of you. More than a concept of a plan. For example, I know where the charging stuff will go, and I just have to make it happen. And I have to revisit these machines and really just dig in and not get discouraged when something isn't happy. It can't. I just have to logically go ahead, do whatever desoldering, put whatever in, see where it's at, keep going, get them working, get them happy. Happy. And then, of course, there's another machine on the floor that really needs to be looked at, and other such things. But anyway, as my teacher from 40 years ago, more than 40 years ago, Gord Mahaffey at Northern Secondary would say, "Oh, striving to get organized." Well, I'm trying to do the same. I must get organized. I must keep the momentum going. But also not get too hard on myself when momentum fails. Because that, of course, is a self-fulfilling prophecy, which is not a good thing. So, we're getting there. Getting there. I see as I look over here, where you can't see, there is still more stuff to move. And you know what else? There was a thing. I've got to look back in my messenger. There was a videotape I found, like, in the summer. That I thought, boy, these guys from 40 years ago might like having this. This was like raw footage of a video project they were doing for school. And the guy reached out to me twice. I said, yeah, I'll get to you. But anyway, I just haven't done it. I need to get my phone. I need to look back in the messages, find the message that he sent me, send him a text, and get this sorted out. Because time marches on. And I have no idea what he's been doing for 40 years. I don't know what he and his buddies, or if they're still friends, or what's going on. But anyway, it was a good effort to get it started, but I have to close the deal, get it done, get her done. And it'll be nice to see him. Another thing is I found a book in the basement. It was by Boris Primo, a wonderful, glorious Canadian photographer who is sadly no longer with us. And his daughter reached out to me. Now, she's been busy and we haven't been able to connect, but I'm going to give her the book that I got. Then they want all of their grandchildren, or the grandchildren and such, to have copies so they can see it. And it was quite something. I think it was done in 1967. And anyway, if you're ever looking things up, Boris Spremo, Spremo, a great Canadian photographer, worked for the Toronto Star. And it's funny, I didn't encounter him many times in my life, but sometimes he got around. I think the first time I ever met him when I was trick-or-treating for Halloween, and he was taking pictures of people who came to his door. Some people, of course, now would say, oh my God, the trick-or-treater man, he's taking pictures of our children. And yeah. Anyway, but I believe I met up with him also at a motorcycle show, and I wrote to him a couple of times seeking advice, and he was very helpful. And the last time I saw him, I think he was a special guest visitor at Earl Hague Secondary School, and I saw him outside afterwards, and so it was nice to see him. Oh, I also bumped into him at Costco. That is when Costco still did film printing, developing. They did film, actually, but also digital. But somehow or another, they stopped doing that, and that's too bad, because it was really a great place to go to get stuff done. It was. So, what do I need to do? Well, I need to continue to get organized. I need to continue to keep the things here that I need here and have them handy and accessible. I need to get to know these pets again and dig into them, and then dig into other things, but also make sure that this table stays clear. And part of the thing is this computer here, which has this lovely, I always like this. I don't remember from which Facebook page it came, but I always like this Commodore logo with kind of the stuff from a circuit board behind it. And I think it's just dandy. But anyway, this computer does not need to be here. Although, at times, it might be handy if I want to look something up while I'm working on something, but really, it's got to go down. And I guess it's going to go down to the dining room where I have the Brother printer. That if you have been watching, I got the Brother printer, and I still have not had success in getting it to speak wirelessly to my computer there. I did, in fact, finally find a cord that would let me connect directly to it. So that has been handy. And now I can do things. And yes, indeed, I've actually scanned some things. And printed. I don't need to print a whole bunch, but anyway, it's nice to have it there. It's nice to have it handy. It's nice to have it workable. But I would like to be wireless with the computer, but so far, no, it just won't. But funny thing is, I can talk to it wirelessly with my phone through an app. Oh, technology. There is that expression, RTFM. Read the friggin' manual. Well, I went through the things that came with it. I suppose if I'm in the neighborhood of the store that I bought the printer at, he's an interesting fellow. He does a lot of trading of stocks and things and stuff, and I think that's what mostly he does. But he has printers and he has things, and they refill ink cartridges, but they're big ink cartridges. That's why I decided I'm going to go here. But he may have some insights. I mean, just one, as always, probably just one little step, one tiny little step that I'm missing, or that isn't in the manual or the documentation. And the documentation was not extensive. It was not. So, anyway, yes, I must get back in the game. And I also must remember to take my antibiotics on schedule. And hopefully this clears up, and hopefully this wound heals, and hopefully all is well and good. By the way, the reason I have the wound, I may have said this already, is there was a strange lump upon my leg, and they were worried that it could be something bad. So a biopsy was done. It doesn't seem to be something bad, but now the wound from the biopsy is what we're dealing with. But it's getting there, but it's slow. And at times, it only feels like a hot knife going into my leg. So, yeah. Anyway, so don't forget the world of Commodore. The world of Commodore, the world of Commodore 2024, November 30th and December 1st, 2024, at the Admiral Inn in Mississauga, Ontario, which is very close to Toronto. Just it's really part of the GTA, otherwise known as the Greater Toronto Area. And it's always a good time. People have been looking forward to the show for decades. And you just never know what you'll find there. You just never know. So, we'll see you. Have a lovely day. I think what I'm going to do is now go to what will be the charging area and see about shuffling some things out of there that don't need to be there so I can make room to make the charging area. And this is all about momentum. And indeed, if I actually get this done, I'll get a charge out of it. Baha, baha, baha. Thanks for coming. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.